There is no such thing as failure. Failure does not exist, and if you apply what I'm about to teach you right now, it'll change your life for the rest of your life. So I was talking to a friend last week who was having trouble in her business, and she said, Will, I just cannot figure this out. The first time I launched my service, nobody bought. So I made some changes and I tried it again. And a few people showed interest, but still nobody bought. And after that, I gave it everything I had, Will. I built the website, promoted it on social media, and still nobody bought. And she looked at me and she said, I'm just tired of feeling like a failure. Maybe I'm not just cut out for this. So I stopped her and said, can I ask you a question? She was like, yeah, sure, what's up? So I said, before you launched the business, what were the feelings that you had about it? And she said, well, even though I was excited about the possibility of launching a business and helping people, I felt like nobody was gonna buy from me. And I said, that's interesting. Like, why did you feel that way? And she said, well, I never really had success at selling anything in the past. It was always uncomfortable for me. So I said, okay, here's what's really going on. You believe that you're failing, but in reality, you're actually very successful. The problem is you're just successful at the wrong game. And she looked at me confused, so I broke it down to her like this. I said, there's a scripture that says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Now notice it didn't say his head, it says his heart. So if you feel like a failure in your heart, life is going to give you evidence of failing. And it's not because you actually failed, but it's because whatever controls your heart, life has to reflect to you that same thing in experiences. But here's the beautiful thing about that. If your feeling is powerful enough to create failure, imagine what happens when you align the same feeling with faith, with vision, with the promise that God has spoke over your life. At that point, you'll become unstoppable. So you don't need to learn how to win. You've been winning your whole life. You just need to change what you're winning at. So if you're in a similar situation today where you feel like you're behind, like you're failing, and nothing is going your way, I want you to do this. Take a look at the areas in which you keep failing and want to succeed at. And for the next 7 days, when you wake up in the morning, I want you to write down your feelings about that thing. And you have to be unfiltered when you do this. Don't make it sound good. Say exactly what those feelings are. And on day 7, I want you to review what came up so you can notice the pattern of feeling that's creating your experiences. See, you cannot change what you cannot see. But once you see the pattern, here's what you can do. You can change the story because nothing in the world is one-sided. You've never seen a one-sided quarter. You've never seen a one-sided sheet of bread because they cannot exist. And when you change the story, you change your feeling. And when you change the feeling in your heart, you change your reality. Your life changes. So remember, you've never failed. Failure doesn't exist. You always prove yourself right. The question is, what do you want to be right about? So if you caught the message of this video, drop your biggest takeaway below in the comments, share this video, and make sure you subscribe to this page for more content just like this.